Okay, so in this video, we're going to be trying to get our comments back into our comment section using the new format that we're using. So we're going to be putting them in our comment section. We can go to our comment list. We don't need the PDA since we'll just be fetching all of the comments. And this does, unlike fetch.all, does not return an error if it doesn't find the account or if the account doesn't exist. It just returns an empty array. So yeah, something to keep in mind. I guess unmounted seems fine at this stuff. We'll do this first. We will make comments, I guess. Var current comments. Because it should be reactive. Gonna be updating stuff on the screen. Current me that value. Get rid of this here. I'm gonna need our anchor program. Our anchor program, this will have to be a sync. We don't need a PDA because we're going to do dot call. And well, I guess we don't have any. We can still post some, but I guess let's do this and we should see that we have no comments. Right, or is the validator even running anymore? It's not. Now it needs to run, needs to do Solana logs. After this initializes, go ahead and sign into the wallet. That's also something annoying. That's running Solana logs. Okay, so now we got that. On the console, see, we should get an empty array. There's no comments, right? Yes, this is an empty array. So, I guess this is still initialized and stuff. Let's do overview content post. Waiting for it to update. And then we can refresh and see that we get the comment, even though we can't actually see it. Actually, I guess this. Wait a minute. Why does this display? Okay, let me think about this for a second, because I don't even have anything up yet. And if we refresh, we should see that we have something in our array now, right? Yep, that one comment. Why do we see that comment? Is it just because it starts off at 0 or something? Would it get messed up if a different user posted? I'm pretty sure. Let me see what. I'm pretty sure I had updated both of the versions, I think. But let's go see comment list. Yeah, this is why we're making these videos. Take longer when I see something unexpected, but I think it's helpful for people to see how to work through things that make you question things. So anyway, this is still running when it gets a count PDA. The comment section post count. And there would be a post count, and it's still using that. Right, but that would eventually get messed up. It happens to be 0, but when someone else posts, it wouldn't be 0 anymore. So I think if only one person is posting, I think it's fine. But I think the moment that somebody else posts, that is when it wouldn't render properly, probably. Refresh this. I think you have money, don't you? Just in case. I think so. Firefox is on. I was doing. I don't even see the plugin. It's not pinned. Uh, well, let's see. Firefox comment. Let's see. I'll have to create a chat account first. The comment section's initialized, but I don't have a chat account. Dude. Already and used. Alright, see, so there's a seed problem, and is that not. No, I mean, actually, I was thinking about the front end, but this sounds like a back end issue. Hmm. Okay, maybe something else to look into, but also important. It's like, damn, I didn't want to have to do a part 4, but it might happen. So let me look into it first. That way, maybe it could be faster. Okay, so I think I see what's going wrong, and I didn't do this in the other one, but I think, yeah, they just wouldn't run right if I was able to do it. But you seen like in Firefox where it says it's just saying here allocate account address. This address account is PDA already in use. And that is because in the smart contract, like we have here, the comment, or we're trying to post a comment, right? The comment section name is in the chat account, post count, index, which is just basically how many posts a user has. And since this user is posting, Firefox user posting for the first time, it would be a 0. But that is not unique from what the Edge user was doing. So something else that we have to do to make them unique is put the um the user's public key as part of it, and that's just it. To just be signer that key as rep, and then that makes their key a part of it, and then that truly makes it unique and based upon the user, and that's what I was missing. So, want to go ahead and get that, delete this and build it out, and we can try it again. Okay, have the fixed contract in there now, so let's go ahead and try this. And comment. Oh gosh, I signed in and stuff. Let me just go ahead and go ahead and get this one to create its chat account as well so that it can post. And room one of them has to create the comment section. So Firefox wouldn't have to do that. Firefox account. Okay. Post. Just wait for that to come in. And then I'll try to post this. I imagine it would work, but now we should have a front end problem. That other problem was a back end problem, but expecting front end problems. Yeah, I think these are actually probably supposed to disappear after. That's okay. We may for this branch. Why do I not see? Hmm. Maybe the old one was still using the. Uh, okay, I don't know. Maybe I thought that I had already updated it, but now I see nothing. Okay, this says, let's see if we get an array with a comment in it. So we have an array with a comment in it, and now it doesn't show up. So yeah, I think it exists. You can see it here in the console log. Firefox comment, it's there. I guess maybe there was some delayed thing, or I didn't update it again, or something. No idea. But see nothing. Not getting any errors. But yeah, I didn't expect to see anything the first time. So if we go to add comment, the comment list. This is what it was originally doing. It's parent ID. I guess it's not using this at all. I mean, I'm passing it in, but I'm not using it for anything. Because I guess, I mean, there's props parent ID, so I guess you really wouldn't need to feed it in anything. So that makes sense. Don't have to feed this in. Yeah, don't have to feed in anything. Well, I mean, I guess if no, because we're calling it here. Yeah. Okay. We're calling the function. It's here, unless unless that's when it gets called outside of here or something. And maybe that just broke something. Comment section or the comment list is. I don't see any more get comment date. Thought there might have been another one, but don't see it here, so it's probably fine. Okay, so we have the as far as the comments, like this would run fetch the comment section. The comment section should have an amount of posts in it. And this is just going by IO. Because you also now need the PDA also now needs the signer right on the comment. I think they also call it authority, but I like the signer. They took that from Solidity. It just makes more sense. Authority signer. So yeah, so now this will not find anything. So that makes sense. Don't have to call this. Not even using it anymore, but yeah. So we are going to have to get our comments in the comment section. Okay, so do we already have an all function? I thought we might have. Okay, here, dot all. We get all of them. So we're getting all of them, right? So when we get these, we're going to have to pass them into our comment list, basically. And yeah, just when the comment section is mounted, I think should be good enough. The only time it wouldn't be mounted is when you would go to the Jesus section. But when the navigation would change, I think inside of the comment list, you could either resort to figure out what's what. Yeah, I think that's fine. But it's different from the main for other reasons, but we will just try that. So we got this. And we also want to listen. We want to listen to if there's any more comments being made. I wonder for that if we actually have to have a special account. I think that we do. I think that we're going to have to change something for that. Yeah, because you'll notice that there's only 2 dots on this, but this one has like, oh, fucking King Obama. This one has like 4 dots, so I think it will require another dot at least one more dot. Right. Is to the cause. Yeah, yeah, I think so. But we can go ahead and try passing in what we have. But that's the listener is just so that it updates on its own, smoothly, and no one has to hit the refresh buttons. It's basically what the listener is doing. But since we get them on mount, we know that we have them. Let's pass in the this says current comments. Should we have 2 parameters? Maybe if you can current comments and remaining comments. Okay, we do that. Current comments equals current comments. So now the comments list has a new prop. And it could next line all of these, but just going to keep going. Current comments. So we have our current comments, and they get passed in, and they would work the same way, right? We don't have to get the comment section or any of this stuff or the PA. You got mail. We would just do for this less than current comments dot length, right? We just want to go through all of our current comments. This will be props dot dot current comment, right? And these are the comments. So we would just do this if props dot, I guess if I is fine, then that's when we would push this comment. So we have our array of comments. We see if it has the same parent ID. And if it does, we push it on. So that should be about it. And then this will get our comment data all the same. Except, I mean, it's not really. Our data's coming in from the outside. So I don't know, it's really sorting comment data. We could rename it. Um and I think we actually will have to do some sorting now because it's not just from the comment section ID, which was always in order. This is, yeah, I think we actually will have to do that. So I'm gonna just, let me see, make sure this is really nowhere else. Okay, it really is only here. So copy it, Control H, paste it in, and I'll say sort comment data. Okay, we will just do that for now. Um, you would think actually that this would be enough to get our first counter back up. Let's see. Yeah, I see nothing. Okay, let's see what's going on. Props that current comments. So we come in here. Let's do, and we gotta try and catch. We really don't need this anymore. Comment section not initialized. Yeah, I wouldn't even be doing that anymore. You just get all of them. It never returns an error, and it's not even here anyway. So okay, let's try. And this may be too soon because there's a wait in front of that, get all of the comments that we're getting. So when this happens, we may actually need to have a watch on the props to watch the current comments to see if it changes. So let's see. It's there now, but when we refresh, is it there? Say it's undefined 63, and it's not there. So I think it's too soon, probably. Right, it's trying to do something that's not defined. So instead of doing it on mounted, and we wouldn't be listening for new posts either, we would have one of our watches that's, you know, structured a certain way. It has like two arrows on it when you're watching a prop, like this one. And it has, actually, no, this doesn't look like that. It looks slightly different, like this one. I'm not sure if that other one works in that structure when you're watching. Actually, it's not a prop. I see. Um, it's not a prop, but I swear when you're watching a prop, you have to do it this way. So maybe not for this public key. Maybe. But anyway, continuing on, we have that, and now we're all gone. So we're in our comment. Let's worry, right? Um. Okay, so we have the sort comment data that I just changed. Um, we have this watch navigation and put a watch for the prop that was down there. Current comments. Current comments. So we'll watch the current comments, and if the current comments change, then we want to call sort data. So it wouldn't be unmounted. So now, let's see if don't get any undefineds now in the comment list. So I think we got it. So comment list 60, we did get it here when it was called. So why aren't we getting any comments? Data length. Oh, I think also when you do all, you have to do dot account as well. There's like a dot account in between you and the shit that you want. So we really want to do equals parent ID. What the fuck is this? I think it also should be like dot account dot parent ID has to be like that, right? I believe so. And then we want to push dot account as well. That way we don't get the whole a bunch of stuff that we already have to put dot account on all of this shit. Instead of doing that, we can take care of it here. So I think that this is fine. Or does the dot account come before? Um, I guess let me think. Let's see if this works. No, I guess that was it. Okay, so now we can get our first level comments, and right. I mean, it's gone. It wasn't working, so we got this. And but I think the let's just verify that that everybody can post at the same time. They should all come up, so we should be past that problem. We'll get everybody ready, and then we'll sign in. I guess sign into the wallets. Ray. Ray. Everybody needs to sign in, and it gotta make edge chat accounts. Right. Have no money. I think Brave also has no money. Gosh. Solana airdrop and Brave. But I think that's also a bug starting on Jesus. I think it's looking at the menu index and not the route. And I think that's probably in the main one why it looks at the route or the actual URL instead of what the index starts out as. Potentially, I think that might be what the problem is. Copy this one. This one I think probably got money. Think so. The CEO not having money. Solana airdrop Tim. Okay. You needed to create a chat account. Okay. And that screen Brave needs to create a chat account. We still gotta do the admin CEO controls too. Okay, create a chat account. Firefox just gets another refresh, I think. This will be a second comment. Firefox, second comment. And I don't think that it'll update on its own because we don't have our listeners right, but that's okay. We will fix that. I mean, I guess if you're listening to the comment section, you could update. Again, brave, brave comment. I can't change nothing now. I just want to make sure they all move through. That's really what we're testing, right? Okay, start slapping some of these in Firefox. Um, who the fuck is missing? Or is that everybody? So I don't think it'll update, but you see everybody's comment with, and the only way you would get an error is if the user tried to post their own comment. Another comment too fast, then they would run into seat issues. Okay, and all of them are there, so that all worked just nicely. As far as updating, I mean, let's see. Um, these might actually be in order. It looks like they're in actually a lot of the time, so then I just hit the button to confirm it. But whatever. So later, all there. There's something else I was gonna say, but yeah. As far as updating, I guess right. Having it update and fetch, or yeah, there's new comments. I guess I mean, we're grabbing all of the comments, but we would know that if the comment section that is visible, if that one is visible and we were watching it, I mean, that would still be fine as far as one to go and grab. But it would have to be called in the comment section, not the comment section list, because that's when it actually is happening. So yeah, if the comment section, so I think we can just move that listener, and yeah, that should be fine. I think that should be good enough for this. Good enough for this. So our comment section, this is on unmounted, right? Unmounted. This watch ID and get our listener in there. Okay, comment section PA. We don't need to sort, we just need to redo that, reset all. Um, it's PD. Yay, don't have the thing. What about you guys? You do here. Don't need no comment PDA. You do need list. I mean, that one's there. I don't need the comment. Okay, comment list. Get rid of this. Nothing unmounted. Don't need it. Mounted or unmounted. Okay. Okay, just ignore that for now. Yeah, really. Yeah, we'll have to change some stuff around, but okay, on unmounted, gotta watch her. Yeah, we don't need to do that. We just need to get all the comments again. We need to get all the comments again. Yeah. Hey, yes, if we weren't hiding the comments and stuff, we could choose to listen or not to listen. And if that changes, I guess. Sure, I guess we could do that. If undefined, we'll remove it just because we're not sure. Or we kill our watch ID and we just set a new one. And this would be props.comment section name. And oh wait, but we would only want to listen for post, like even have a listener if we're not hiding the comments, right? That way, if someone chooses to hide all the comments everywhere, they would free up some resources from it. Show all comment sections. So this means that they're hidden, and we wouldn't want to do it. And in this case, we would want to do it. Okay. So, okay, I guess also we wouldn't even want to even grab them to do that as well. So I think that makes more sense if we're not hiding them or if they don't have their setting to hide them that way. yeah, configure resources, and if they press the button, it says like hide, that value is hide. And we could do this as well. To make this an async function. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. I think so. That makes sense as far as what you want best for your user. You wouldn't want to take up resources if they didn't actually even want to see the comments anyway. So just turn the whole thing off. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And we have a listener now, and it should fetch them all. So let's see what's going on. Well, there's not too many, but want to see if we can get it to update. Update. Change for comments. Just want it to refresh and update on its own with a new comment. There it is. Cool. But yeah, say show oldest to newest. It seems like yeah, this is newer and it's down here. So yeah, not in the order. So we'll have to sort them by their IDs when we grab them, and that'll fix that problem. Okay, so when it comes to sorting, there's a dot sort function that we can use that's actually comes on arrays. Here it just takes the two values in the array, and it's like doing a comparison. Um, and we can look at the IDs and do a dot sub. I honestly don't completely understand how this works. So it's like if one element A minus B, like if it's a bigger number, I guess it would be true. And then if it's sorting that way, but anyway, this will sort it. Just something that was Googled. Yeah. Okay. Well, and we're doing this is doing dot sub because it's using an anchor BN, a very big number, but our IDs are 32 bits. If it's 64 bits, then you have to do the anchor BN stuff, but we don't have to do that, so it won't be this serious. But let's go ahead and get that in. So we got our comment section. We get this, and basically we just do this. We just want to sort it. The accounts would be there, but we would just do this. Let's see what order this gives us. And then we can see how we feel about it. Also on mounted, we want to do the same. When we get them, we want to sort them. Dot sort. Okay, and down here, dot sort. Okay, let's see what order they're giving it to us in. Does this look like it's the latest one on top? I think so. So now I think it's giving us the latest one. Newest, newest comment. So now this should come on top. When it comes in, so Firefox, go watch it. Let me refresh quick. There it is, and it's on top. So now it's actually sorted by the ID, and the ID is the order that it's created in. So, yeah, because it loses its order using the chat account, like user post count, which I had alluded to before. But yeah, that just fixes it basically. Okay, so now that we have our comments sorted, we really also need to work in a way to get our reply list. So I think what we can do is we can have a second variable for remaining comments, and we can feed in the comments that are actually for the comment list and the remaining comments that need to go past it, basically. So we can have another variable, we'll call it remaining comments. Okay, and then our comment list, we already do some checking for seeing if it should be there, but we'll feed it in basically. Um, and I guess we also need to change this prop as well. I'll add another prop. Remaining comments. Okay, and if we just use current comments, well, no, I mean, it has dot account on it, then we end up with that issue. I guess. I mean, because we could just do dot account on all of this stuff, and that would be fine. Because it may not be necessary to sort again, but let's just keep moving. I'm gonna look at the parent ID and stuff in the comment section. So we get all the comments, and I guess we'll do this before we even sort it. Do a for loop. That way we can sort the comments the way that we need to. For I equals 0 I less than 0 I plus plus. Uh, Okay, not I less than current comments dot length. These that we just got. Okay, and then based on that, just do an if else. And this will replace us with a variable, call it um const post. So it'll be post dot length, and click at that. And if the post dot account dot parent ID is equivalent to 0, because this is the first parent ID, so it's just 0. If that, and this is not a prop, this one, that parent ID is equal to 0, then we would want to push this onto our current comments because we know it's going to belong to this comment list. That value, that push this. Else, it doesn't belong here. It belongs to the remaining comments that need to go past it. Dot value, dot push this. And then we could feed both of them and we can sort both of them. Not really sure if we need to sort them more than once after that, honestly. But we can. Not gonna worry about that too much. Okay, so let's go feed this into our comment list. Okay, so it has remaining comments and that. So we already got that. This, I guess, just gonna do dot account on everything. Account dot. Unless we're gonna use a different variable. But they all have. I mean, no, you would have to re-loop through all of them and pull them all out, which we're not gonna do. So it seems like it's faster just to use it. So we'll just use it, and we'll do dot account on all of the stuff on the comment. Okay, so we got our current comments. So really, we would want to be watching for when the current comments change or the remaining comments change. Honestly, just do that for now. This still isn't like the final product, but we're just trying to go over a simpler version that's becoming more complicated. The simpler it gets, it seems like. Okay, so if either one of those change, we would be calling this function. Really, we already have the remaining comments, but I mean, if the remaining comments change, I think the remaining comments are really the only ones that we need to watch, because if the current comments change, they would update themselves. So I think we only really need to watch the current comment, the remaining comments, I want to say. Yeah, and then say just sort remaining data. Seems like remaining posts. Let's call it that because, yeah, the other ones get sorted out of here. Sure, I think so. And this, I don't think we're using this anywhere. They will just get rid of that. I think we were before, but might have gotten rid of it. Sort remaining posts, so when we sort them, right, we're going to want to get the parent ID that we have, right? And basically, like the same thing. So we have that we're feeding in, and we just want to feed in the remaining posts. Remaining posts. And we'll feed these in. Okay. Right. So I think we still need both of those variables. This is the current comments. Then I think we might need another variable name because we'll be feeding in right to this comment list, and we can feed in the list for this comment and the remaining comments that wouldn't belong to the remaining posts that wouldn't belong to this comment. So it would still, I think it would have both of these variables as well. Um, but yeah, we have this one that we changed. So how to name them remaining posts? We just call it current post, I guess. Yeah, geez. But yeah, again, not like the finished version because of some other changes that were made. So I feel like we should keep these names the same. I feel like it would, or maybe not. That's fine. Current posts. It just sounds confusing, honestly. Remaining post, current post, but it's a current post for this comment, and the remaining posts that would go past it, basically. But okay, I think we'll just go ahead, keep going like that. Um, right. So we just feed that in, and that's fine, and we take the remaining comments. This is what we need to loop through. Remaining comments at length. And then this is where we would set our stuff. Not comment data. No comment data at all. Comment data would not be because it's just getting fed in. So we would never be setting that to nothing. And we wouldn't even be using this. That's what it seems like. So if the parent ID is equal to the parent ID that came in, then we say that that's for the current post. Else it must belong to the remaining posts. And this should be remaining. And then that gets fed in. And well, then these don't have data count on them, but the other ones do. That would cause problems. So when I loop through this in the comment section, don't I do. Oh, and I am pushing. I am pushing the account actually out here, so I wouldn't have to do that account already. I'm doing this. That means that I don't have to do that account here either, so it's just not even doing anything. Possibly. Because I'm pushing here to not have the data count on it and separating them. So that takes care of that there. That means that in here we don't need the data count. Thought we did, but we don't. I just backspace, replace. Okay. Okay, we wouldn't need this here either. Doesn't come in this way. No data count, nothing. Alright. Could maybe still sort it. I don't think we actually need to. Let's see. Does anything come up with those changes for the first part? Guess not. It's broken. Broken it is. Okay. So that's on the comment section. Let's see if we're you getting anything here. I'm not gonna have any remaining comments because we don't have any replies, don't think. Okay. It's also fine. Fresh. Cannot read properly. Reading push. Comment section 64. No, you don't push. Do I need to set these two? Yes, possibly. Two empty arrays. And I like this. Wow. Again, now I think it's working. Um, so I see them listed. Let me make sure this actually, because I think if you flip the accounts, it should actually flip the order. This is flipping the order. It'll be on the bottom. But if what's going on here? Comment section, post, account, to type never. I guess there's something extra I have to do for this to be okay. I forget what that is exactly, but I mean, I don't know. You could have an intermediate variable and set it, but that's kind of also annoying. Okay, even with these, you can just say it's of type any on this side and set it, and that still works. Okay, so now that this is this way, for the current comments, if we reverse these, I thought that this would change the order to be backwards. Okay, and now it's backwards where the newest is on the bottom. So yeah, that's how that works if you wanted to reverse the order. We have very weird sort, but yeah, that's basically that. So then we got our remaining comments that we're feeding it. We have no replies yet, so let's make a new reply. I'm gonna have to sign back in. This happens where you're not signed into your wallet. The program has found this account to already be initialized. What account? Error caused by account comment. So the comment that I'm replying to should be okay. Let's go see what's up. Yeah, probably gonna end up needing another video part, but okay. We post reply, comment reply, and it set the comment. That's what it said. It should be the thing that was fed in. Are we not feeding in this value, I guess, when we reply user post count index, which would come off with a comment. So that's the value that's stored on the comment, user post count index. So we want to feed that in. Um, Feed that in to our comment list when we make the comment. We'll just put it under this ID as right, because when you add the reply, it is in here. Comment this, but not like this. This is snake case. We need camel case. And normally in the HTML, I wouldn't even have these spaces like I don't up here. Okay, so we have that comment.user post count index. So this needs to be a prop to the comment. Okay, needs to be a prop to the comment. Remember the ID. Okay, so when we add a reply, we're going to need to feed this in as well. Post reply, we call this. I think it's this, all right? Prop site. This, and this should just be the number that was fed in, and then the message. So now, I think that should be good enough. New reply, go. The account already initialized. Let me try refreshing. This makes sense to me. Let's make sure we're getting a value. Post with icons, all.log. It should not be there first, right? Let's see. This is this guy 3P GPU. He's already got some. Uh, yeah. Test reply. Is that it? This two. Our profile account already initialized. And still comment. So we have the two that we're replying to. And I think it should be actual index. We shouldn't have to do like a -1, pretty sure. Unless we messed that up. And that is that, yeah, 528. Let me see. What is he? He's got this one, this one, this one. So yeah, 0, 1, and 2. That's what I would think. I would think that this is supposed to be a 2. But I guess just to try, I mean, just do a -1 and see what happens. Test. No. And it says account comment. So come back to posting the reply. Versus, and which comment are they talking about? This one we're initializing, this one we're not. I know it has to be this one. This is a comment. This is the name of the account, and this is reply. So it has to be this one that's having issues. But the tests don't have issues, right? And they reply. And we just use the comment.user post count index, and that should be enough. We shouldn't have to change anything on it. So that seems like that should be fine. There must be something else wrong. Let me look at how it's being called. Got 3 inputs, comment section name. What the? Oh, yeah. I mean, I had tried it without the -1, right? And then the message. Post reply is called the same. So yeah, this seems like it should work, but yeah, there must be something else wrong. Gonna have to figure out what it is, not letting us call the post reply a function. Why? Okay, gonna have to figure out what's wrong. Okay, I see the problem, right? It's because, like, when we posted it to make it unique, we put an assigner address with the comment, but we're not doing that when we're doing the reply. We also need to do that for the reply when we make the reply as well. That way, multiple people can reply at once. So there was an issue with the comment. Editing the comment is the same. We need, I mean, yeah, the per designer, only they should be able to edit it, so that's fine. You don't need to grab it off of the comment itself, repeat it in, deleting the comment, voting for the comment. Okay, well, if you want to vote for the comment, you still need, in order to pull the comment, you need this, but it's not going to be the signer necessarily. Yeah, so that is not right. So that is something that we need to fix on the back end. But yeah, we need to get inside the vote comment. We need to get the I mean, we could just pass it in count section name, use vote count, and that. Um, yeah. Post owner address. That's a pub keys. I think it looks like that. Make sure, yep, just like that. Like if we do this and do post owner dot key dot as rough, well, we vote and that should be fine. The other ones, you have to delete your own comment, you have to edit your own comment. That should be fine. So we're gonna need to pass this to our vote comment here. Has to come here, and I guess we'll put an underscore because we're not using it. Yeah, because the variables that make up the seeds and stuff for instructions have to come first. So I think this should be fine. I think this also has to mean that our tests are broken now. I mean, I guess we'd have to feed them in for voting for a comment. Which we can't. I think we have our wallet somewhere in the public key, like here. I guess quickly we'll kill this, make sure our tests work, and then redo it, and then we should be able to reply. Or is voting? Voting is here. We have to build first before it can see this. Okay, let's kill our test validator, anchor test. Okay, and those errors went away. Count does not exist or doesn't have data. Doesn't say where exactly. We'll have to figure out where. Um, yeah, it's not helpful at all. We have to really figure out where, and we'll make this a one. Yeah, nothing about the name of the account or anything. Console. Here, 0. Um, Here, 1. I assume we don't get this far, but I guess we'll see. We just got to get past this, and then we should be able to reply again. Here, 0. No, here, 1. Probably when we try to vote. I'm guessing. Here, 0.1. Because this is the only person posting, they should own the comment. I don't see 0.1. I see. So just this is, oh, I see. Because we're not, like chat account, that post account. So it's trying to It's trying to do this fetch, I guess, in cat. I'm guessing that's what it is. 0, 0, 0, boy 1. They ain't even right. Oh, whatever. Just I assume it's the fetch. Or is it this fetch or is that fetch? Because it could be the one for the comment that's broken. Yeah, it's the one for the comment that must be broken. Right, because we also need the public key in order to be able to fetch it. Right, okay, so that's probably the problem. We have a public key somewhere here. So get comment data. This will be the post owner address. This dot to buffer was it? Is it a key? Okay, and now we have to actually feed those in whenever we get the PDA. So, where is it? Where it's just too much. So in the vote, we have this. Okay. So get comment PDA. Just need some of this. That's all the red ones. Do this. And let's see that fix our test. Okay, and get rid of all these console.logs. Okay, cool. So now we can delete the target, try it again, and then we'll see if our replies work now. Okay, we'll wait for that. Okay, now that that's done and I've got the IDLs replaced, I also need the post owner address. There's another input. Post owner address. Right. We go to here. You look at post reply. Oops. Why do I not? Did I add it to the? Was that just for voting? Um. So for voting, I added it, but for deleting and editing, it is fine. But I think for posting the reply that you also need it, because how are you gonna know? Oh man, I think I might have to redo this again, which is a post owner address that we fed in. But for replying, you have this. Yeah, the signer is here, but not here. So we also need to pass it in, just like we pass it in for the vote. So the reply is still messed up, right? Getting the wrong account. It's getting an account, right? But that's the account that's being created. It's not right. Okay. This is the one with the signer, and this is the actual comment. Okay, so that makes more sense. Geez. Okay. So now we post a reply that should be an input, just like it's an input for voting. But we need to actually grab the comment that we're replying to. For editing and deleting, we can just grab the comment that assuming that the signer is because you have to do the signer anyway. It has to be your account anyway, so it's not quite the same. Okay, so post reply. So again, and we're not using this. I think since we haven't done anything, we shouldn't have to really change anything. Let's just make sure it deploys, but this would still have the same. the same program ID since I haven't deleted the target. So hopefully this is fine. But I will take the ID out since the input's changed. Replace both of them. Replace this one. So now when I come here, hopefully this is enough to get it to actually replying at the post owner address. So you can grab the right comment. Okay. Comment. Oh, I gotta create a chat account and shit. Yeah, so we have Firefox do some shit too. Create your chat account. Right. Oh my gosh. Such a yeah, I must butterfingers there. Create comment section. Go create your chat account. Oh my gosh. Okay, and post this comment. Okay. And now we should be able to reply. We should be able to reply, but I don't think right we haven't gotten to the point where it would actually render yet. Cannot read property. So base 58 want helper 108. Probably because it ran into an error, but while it have a helper 108 called it called here. Trim address. Okay, trying to trim the address of the post on our address. So that's not any different. I haven't even changed anything there. But while on helper 108, that's just in the trim address. I mean, that's all I must see. Anyway, trim address function. So, I mean, it is a public key. It can take a public key or a string, and it came in as a public key. This does like if type of, so if it was a string, it would do it here, but if it was a public key, that's when it does this. It's kind of weird. If it came in as a public key, why would it not work? But it was undefined. If it was undefined, you think it wouldn't have done anything. I see. So it came in undefined, but took this route. It's a little weird, you would think. Let me refresh. Got a comment. Make sure we can actually reply. Reply. Okay, and that's actually green. I have the same problem, so something that we need to do to get shit to update. Fire. Spots. Comment. Again, with this. I guess we have to at least finish. No, have to at least finish this. But yeah, some of the same problems. So what if I just put a question mark on it? If it was undefined, then it wouldn't happen. But I don't see why it would be undefined. Okay, well, we were able to post our reply, but we're not rendering it properly, obviously. Okay, but we haven't gotten that far, so let's look at that. So we're in this one, in our comment list, no, we're not in our comment list. We get our stuff, right? This was fed in and this was already sorted. We have remaining, these are the remaining comments. They should get fed in. This says current, where is this at? Nowhere. Okay, this needs to be called If it changes, the remaining comment changes. And then we're feeding this into the comment list. None of this stuff needs to get called at all, right? Like I say, if you made an edit to it, I mean, you would still need to, you would need to wait for a change on the comment. So that would be, yeah, slightly different. Yeah, slightly different. Um, yeah, but still not this. Still not this. Yeah, still not that. So I think we can just get rid of these. So we have our remaining posts and our current post getting fed in to the comment. So if we have our comment over here, we need to get these props that we're feeding in. Naming sex a little bit, but can always be changed, right? And remaining post. Well, let's see if we even get those in the comment list, right? I'm not even sure if this is even being called. Console.log the with the remaining post. I don't see any derp. No derp at all. I see this, but this is in the comment section. And the number is there. So this is not being called. This should be when the props that remaining comments changes, but maybe it's not changing. Let me see on mount, I guess. Unmounted. Unmounted. 10. Oh, but I just assumed we wouldn't have this value. Props that remaining comments. Then the comment was is here. It has something in it. The comment section came out after it. But yeah, if it doesn't change, then this would not happen. So I guess maybe we should just maybe take care of it first, I guess. And we would just call this just in case. So it may for some reason already be ready. And if it is, we would just call it. Yeah, why is this async? This does not need to be async. Does not. So just in case it's already ready and they didn't change, I think is maybe what we want. Current was 57. So we're saying undefined. That means you were 57. I don't see no derp. Oh, derp undefined. So does it change and get called again? Doesn't seem like it. Is it because? Okay, well, I mean, look at the props that remaining comments as well here. Make sure that they're still there. No, they, okay, there is something in it. Okay, well, why didn't that work? It's got a parent ID of 1, right? Is it because we also need to feed in the parent that we are feeding in the parent ID? We're already doing that. Okay, what's the parent ID? Is it not 1? Got log props parent ID. it's a 0, so this must be the top comment list then, so this is the top comment list, and that's right now. I mean, if it's a top comment list, then it should set these as remaining, but in that what was fed in. But no, I mean, we already have remaining comments, so they're already set as remaining. It has a parent ID on. Look at this. Current comments. Well, this was a lot easier. We want to be looking at the remaining comments, not the current comments, because we're already feeding in the current comments. So is that what was wrong? Okay. Um. So this is still undefined. 59. And I'm assuming that this is still a high level because it shows the parent ID is 0. So, yeah, if is equivalent is not, it's 0 in the remaining comments. Okay, I think the problem is that we probably need to calculate the remaining comments when we're in the comment so that we know what parent ID to actually look for. Because the current comment, we already have the parent ID coming into the comment list. But yeah, I guess if we want to actually have it, we should already be in the comment. So yeah, I guess we could just probably, we don't need to pass the current comments and we just need to completely pass the remaining comments. We just need to be cognizant of like when we're in the comment, we're looking at the comment list again. It should, you know, what's the word? It's kind of like Inception, but, recursion is what it is. Recursion, where the answer is in itself, sort of. We're calling a function in itself, but whatever. So the current comments, we know that is what we need to render in this comment list, and the remaining comments we can pass just pass them into the comment. So we don't need current posts. We just need the remaining posts, and then inside of the comment, I think is when we would actually want to do this. We wouldn't want to. I mean, yeah. So inside of the comment, put this here. Go ahead and give it so it has that. Let's give it the name it had. It's remaining comments. Let's just say remaining comments. It's remaining posts, but okay, so we get our remaining comments. So maybe we should be watching these for when they change, and then you can go by the the parent ID. But then when we feed to the comment list, we'll have the remaining posts. But I guess yeah, gonna want those two variables to feed into it, just like we do from the comment section. Yeah, this is the part where it gets a little confusing. Right, we're gonna want to feed these in to ours. I'll just make sure that we get it done and don't forget about it. Mm. Okay. This is the remaining comments, and the remaining comments can't be we'll call these remaining posts and current. Well, I guess we can keep that the same since there's no variable for it. So we don't need any of this. Don't need any of this. Just getting passed right through. and we might need to take some of those to the comment. You see what is this? I just put the in here. Okay, we have that one. So I guess when this gets called, we show the function, right? If it's equal to this parent ID, then we can say that, yeah, okay, and these are already here. These are props that remaining. This is not a, this isn't a met, this ain't even right. This is not a prop. There we go, now we got a prop. Okay, and then this should get that. So I guess, well, so if the parent ID is equal to this ID, I think that still makes sense. We have the ID of the comment. If the remaining comments of the parent ID that's equal to this ID, then yeah, that makes sense. Then we got the current posts going in and the remaining posts, and I think that makes sense. So then we should be able to feed these into our comment list and our remaining posts, which is down here. Our current posts, our remaining posts. And it's like, when do we call this? We should call this when, I guess this prop changes. Nothing on navigation. Don't really need to do none of that. I think, maybe, I don't think we'll need to do on mounted, but we'll see. This is a watch here. Let's put this watch here. The watch isn't on mounted, and we call that. Don't think we need this. Okay, and I think that should do it. And everything's reactive and stuff. But probably not gonna do it. I see nothing. Still see nothing. We gotta at least be able to see our replies before we can continue on. I'm holding something. What am I holding? It's unmounted. So we have unmounted. You can still just call it. Couldn't hurt nothing. These things that return tuples, you have to have a semicolon when you have a statement on top of it. That's one of the only other places where you need to have a semicolon in TypeScript from what I've seen. No, still not working. Okay, so it looks like we're right here, where it's complaining about not being able to push it for 90, which is here. Although there are values here, because we wouldn't be here either way, but we just need to do the any and set these refs to be arrays. And we do that, that gets rid of that error. That was coming up. And now we can see our replies. I think our updates were still not actually working. Let me see. So I got a reply. This text is so high. So that was successful, but I think the update did we fix it? It's just too much. It's too much. Not sure if the replies are doing anything. Errors. That when there's errors for the. Yeah, I think common action bar. So I mean, can I read in the common action bar? Wire post owner dot to base 58. I guess go put a question mark on it and the common action bar, see if that keeps that from happening. Question marks. It's not ready. But anyway, refresh. Probably not going to work when an error like that happens, but now we have two. And we got our second reply. Okay, what about now? Without that error third reply. Because the listener's clearly going off. Agreeing match and functions. Isn't that for the YouTube comment? Like, man, it's just so angry. So, I mean, wait, what line? It didn't even. I can't, might say, spaced out enough. Here, dot match. Because it's. I mean, there should be messages on them. It's just not fast enough, I guess. What if I just put question marks on everything? Normally, I feel like those question marks for making things optional just really mask things. I mean, not always, but sometimes I feel like I eventually find something else that was a bigger issue, and then it seems like the question mark wasn't necessary, but not always. No, just so angry. Yeah. Well, at least huh, all of these are undefined. That's not right. And the date's invalid. Like, what the hell? Hmm. All right. Well, gonna have to figure that out. At least the replies are coming in now. But yeah, maybe gonna have to do that in the next video. Well over an hour, but at least we got the replies to show. So, we'll see you then. See how many parts this takes.